How we doing, guys? Welcome to the preview and the predicted lineup. Chelsea against Arsenal. We are finally back in Premier League action and the international break is over, and I am so excited about that. And I can very clearly say I did not watch a single minute of the England games. No interest at all. Absolute bore fest. No way am I watching that. Nah, not for me. With so many players playing when they can't even get into their teams, it makes no sense. But that's another topic for another day. We're talking about Arsenal and it's London derby, Chelsea. Listen, it's one of those games, isn't it? You're looking at Chelsea over the calendar year, not even this season, last season, calendar year. They have been hideous. Absolute shambles. The whole entire team is a mess. But you have to go into this game with an air of caution because it is the London derby. Everybody's going to be raised in terms of their level. Going to Stamford Bridge. We won there last season. Let's remember that. And yeah, it's one of those. Chelsea have won their last two games, so they've had a little bit of a turnaround. But if we go there and play anything remotely like we, know we can, we'll win the game. I was going to do a combined 11. I always do them for the big games when you play against the sides that are predominantly top six, etc. But there was no point in doing a combined 11 because there's not a single Chelsea player that will get into the Arsenal team. Chelsea do have some quality players there. But when you're looking at right now, the form and everything else, is there a single Chelsea player that gets into this Arsenal side? No. Not one. Zilch. Argue all you want. Let me know in the comment section. But listen, we've got to go there with the right mindset. We've got to go there, take the game to Chelsea, be aggressive in our play, and we should go and win the game. And it's an important one because obviously we're still unbeaten this season. Let's remember that. I think a lot of people might forget that. We're sitting second in the league, joint top, whichever way you want to say it. It's goal difference that separates us and Spurs at the moment. And also after beating Manchester City last time out, what you don't want to do is, go and lose the next game. It's like you take one step forward and then two steps back. You don't want that. You want to continue taking steps forward. So it's a big game. Big game. Team lineup, I think a lot of it will take care of itself, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It's going to be strong. We've got to also, Champions League, everything else. We've got an away game as well in the Champions League, which, does that come into the thought process? It's an interesting one, very interesting. But with that said, let's go and get into the predicted lineup and what I feel Mikel Arteta will go with. Starting off in goal, David Raya. I don't think that's going to change, to be quite honest with you. I don't think that, Aaron Ramsdale's going to be playing anytime soon unless it's, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, etc. I just don't see it at the moment. David Raya goes in goal. In terms of the defence at right back, Ben White, he's playing really good again, consistent. And last time out against Man City, he was really good. So it's a very straightforward decision. Centre back, first of all, William Saliba. Absolutely immense, isn't he? And he's going to have had a nice couple of weeks break. Played with a slight toe injury against Manchester City. Didn't travel with France and had a nice break. And that would have done him, even better. So William Saliba. Next to him, Gabriel scored for Brazil. Very interestingly. And yeah, listen, he's been absolute quality and it's going to continue. And yeah, him and Saliba are building one hell of a partnership, that's for sure. So yeah, Gabriel. Left back, it's another pretty straightforward decision for me, and that's Zinchenko. Against Manchester City, I thought he had a decent game. And we all know what he offers and what he brings and the way we play this inverted role and everything else. So for me, no issues at all. Zinchenko goes there. Next up, bringing Thomas Partey back into the side in his preferred role. Came on against Manchester City, and you see the difference when he comes on. It's just something about Thomas Partey, the way he plays and the way he does things is so, so good. So Thomas Partey goes there. Next up, we're going to have on the right-hand side, Bukayo Saka. I feel that he will be fit and he will be back. And he's a player that's had a couple of weeks rest, not played for England, and that will have done him the world of good. And I feel that he will be ready for this, and Bukayo Saka will start. Next up, Martin Odegaard. Very, very straightforward decision. I don't even need to go into why. It's that simple. Next, we will have Declan Rice. I think you saw this against Man City once Thomas Partey come on, and this is what I like to see now. Partey, Rice, Odegaard. Very, very simple. We move. On the left-hand side, Martinelli came back, of course, against Man City, scored the goal, and he'll be ready. And he's a problem, big problem. What will Chelsea do? There's talk that Reece James has picked up another injury and he's not even going to be available for this game. And even if he was, I wouldn't be worried. Not with Martinelli. And it's as simple as that. Main striker, Gabriel Jesus. Very, very simple. Has played a lot out of position in recent weeks to cover for Martinelli and Saka being injured. And that's great. But now back into his natural position. And that is very, very simple. So there we go. That is it for the preview and the predicted lineup. As usual, let me know in the comment section whether you agree or disagree. Let me know your score predictions as well. And yeah, listen, we'll see what happens. There's going to be a lot of content with the game and everything else. So yeah, listen, go out, perform, get the 3 points, and we move on. That's what I want to see. So, yeah, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you a lot soon. I'm out of here.